Alright, so today we are continuing, or actually we're starting a new kind of topic. We're moving away from a little bit of the trig heaviness of chapter 6 and moving into topics where um, math and science, more importantly physics, kind of collide. And um, yeah, so this is the physics side of math per se. There's a lot more physics and trig and stuff like that, but this is really heavy in physics, and that's dealing with what's called a vector. A vector is um, it's a force in with direction and magnitude. Okay, most vectors that we'll be looking at today will look, if you remember from geometry. Okay, this would be a vector A in a certain direction with, and this would be denoted as AB, right? That looks like a ray, and you could say vector V is AB, is ray AB, and then you can find, if given certain values, right, for A and B or something like that, you can find the magnitude of this vector V, right? Um, so how we're going to be using this and looking at this today in this for um, is finding when vectors are placed on the rectangular coordinate, so a coordinate plane, right, and how to take 2 points that are connected in a vector, right, and writing them in terms of I and j. Okay, so all vectors, vector AB can be written in some form of AI plus BJ, right? So today we will be finding the A and the B value, right? It's really easy to do that, okay? Now, um, if you read the directions below, it says let V be the vector from the initial point P1 to the terminal point P2. Write V in terms of I and j. Okay, so we're going to find vector V from point 1 to point 2, right? And this type of math, it is very important that you start with P1 and you end with P2, right? You can't flip-flop those. They will always tell you which point to start with and which point to end with. Okay, so to do this, right? So your formula or your process is really simple. So V equals, so just, I mean, this is like a coordinate plane, right? So coordinate, right? So X and Y, X and Y. So I'm going to take my X's from my starting point to my ending point. Okay. Um, Actually, take that back, from your ending point to your starting point. So it's negative 2 minus 3I plus 5 minus a negative 1j. Okay, so you take your x's, right? You always start with your terminal point minus your initial point. So negative 2 minus 3, and then you take your y's, 5 minus a negative 1, and then you just do the simple little math, right? So negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5, and then 5 minus a negative 1 is 6. Right, so my answer, B equals negative 5I plus 6j. Okay, and that would be your answer. Alright, doing this again. Okay, so when I take my V equals, so I start with this x, 0.2, because that's my terminal point. So negative 2 minus 3, put I, plus 5. That's the same point. Minus negative 1. So you have V equals negative 5I plus 6j. Right, so to get the same answer as before, Okay, so to do this again, b equals negative 2 minus 8I plus negative 6, or, oops, not plus, minus 4j. Okay, so negative 2 minus 8 is negative 10I. Negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10j. Okay, and this I, you keep seeing this I. This I is not the imaginary I. So it's not the square root of negative 1 or anything like that. It's I and j. Okay, hopefully this helps. Yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.